All right, hello and welcome back. So this will be the weekly questionnaire because it is Saturday today. We're going to do the first weekly questionnaire in a pretty long while. I'll read the questions off Discord and we'll take it from there. Also, I'll take myself off full screen when I'm not explaining to read the questions. All right, so let's have a look at the questions. All right, so here we are. The first question is from Ice. He says, "Hello, can you explain QE more in detail from the Russian Federation?" Yeah, QE is this concept that a lot of people like to make it sound like it is a lot harder than it actually is. It is essentially just the federal government printing a ton of money. They're just typing it on a computer. Boop, money appears. And then they buy their own treasuries. Treasuries have a set like percentage yield rate that they give you. Like for example, let's say it gives you a $50 on one bond that you buy for $1,000. So when the federal government prints the fuck out of money and buys up their own yields, the price of those bonds will go up, right? Supply and demand. So let's say you buy $1,000 bond and you get $50 back for that. And the federal government presses the prices up to $1,500. That $50 yield is now a lower interest that you're going to get back on it. So it has a lower interest rate on it. That's QE for you, bro. They print money, they buy their own treasury yields to press down interest rates. That's fucking it. But in the long term, what does it really do? When we really look at it, I mean, what did Biden QE do? It gave us worldwide fucked inflation and fucked the shit out of all of us. So is it some magical tool? Nah. It's just some temporary relief that can be used by central banks. Beyond that, it's not more advanced. It's printing money to get interest rates down. It's like printing money to just like artificially keep industries alive. It keeps the asset bubble going. The next question. Hello, when can we trade oil again? It's stable now or do I have to wait more? From Sunny here. So you can trade oil as much as you want. Now it is heading down and I have already been trading it. LGBT flag means they're unanswered, but I've seen them now. I know they're answered. It started out as a meme, now it's a thing. But yeah, you can trade gold again. I've traded gold quite a lot. I've shorted it. I told you guys it was gonna come down. Where's there we go. So yeah, I told you guys. I don't know who remembers, but I did not believe in all that elevated price. I was comparing it to the actual price of oil, barrel price versus speculative price, and the speculative price dropped a lot earlier. So I saw that coming. I was talking about it a lot, and I did two big shorts here. And I said people can jump in as well in the Discord. But now, also I got a question. I remember if I think it's gonna drop lower. Yes, I do. How much? How much more low? How much lower? I don't know, and it depends on what time frame you mean. So you'll have to specify that more, or leave it in the questionnaire, and then I'll research it properly. These I haven't really had to research. I used to always just raw dog the questionnaire things, but now I've come to the point where like I realized I can't understand everything. So I look at the questions before I answer them now because if it's something really intricate, I'll have to make a presentation ready for it and that kind of stuff. So, sorry, can you present us with some trading sociology that you recommend for us to study? Trading sociology, like how traders act. I don't know if you mean trading psychology or if you really mean sociology. I mean, just gonna take your question for what it is. So, trading sociology, you can see that traders at large they fuck up with everything they do. In my stonk sky, you can see that speculative Investors, they do on average 0.4%, which is less than inflation. So they are at negative returns, just fucking around compared to someone buying SPY doing 8.4% a year since 1871. We haven't had SPY for that long, but we had another. And then, wait, hold on. I think I added something about it here as well. No, this is just for gold, but it is in the beginner guide. This one has been discussed. It needs to be cleaned up. This was made like the first day of the Discord, but I write it here. I don't know where, but regardless, 99% of traders lose their entire capital. They just fuck it up. The sociology around it is no, I'm not a sociologist. I don't think it's a real profession either. I mean, a real degree either. I mean, you can be a sociologist. You can read a lot about it, know a lot about it, but I don't think I don't think you should, go to university for 7 years for that. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, the sociology around it is a very gambling oriented environment. If you look at places like Wall Street bets, that kind of stuff, you'll see that it is another form of casino. Trading sadly has become sort of casinofied. Yeah, it's become casinofied because of the whole sociology around it, how people act, the trading communities. You'll find a lot about pumping. We have a lot of these shit coins, have a lot of strange attitudes towards trading. Now we have the new generation TikTok. You have 18-year-olds posting like, "Oh, I just bought my BMW M4, buy my course, no loan. Learn how to trade in 2 months, become a millionaire." That kind of bullshit mentality is spread. So it is very rare where you'll find a Discord like mine. They don't really exist where you got me. I don't really sell shit. I link my live accounts. I don't give a fuck. No courses, no mentorships, no nothing. And I always preach to do proper bankroll management. 1% risk per trade. Do point 0.9 because you might get slipped, commissions, that kind of stuff. Don't enter on weekends like Friday because you don't know if you're gonna get gapped on the next opening on Monday and that kind of stuff. And that really, really toned down way of trading, Max lost 3% a month, no more than de facto 5 trades open at once. Really, really, really toned down compared to what you'll find on the internet online. But also at the same time, what I'm saying is not what people want to hear. When I tell you that doing 50% a year is really fucking great, really great. You're beating every index, hedge fund, liquidity fund, the best managers, everything on earth. It's not something that resonates with people because people have this really easy line of thought around it. They think, oh, I have $1,000, and then so in a year I'm gonna make $500. Well, that's just the whole framing of the mindset is wrong off the bat right there. The reason I say it's wrong off the bat there is because it's not about the amount. It's not about that. It's about the percentages you can do, how that can compound, how you can use that for other things. If you can reasonably do that for an extended amount of time, like you're consistently doing like 54% a year. You're consistently doing that. You're always going to smack that bang, 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 bang. Get $1 million funded account, bro. You're making 500K a year. And even then, the percentage is what matters because it's about long term and it's about getting your own account as well. You're not going to be with the prop firm for 10 years. You can also get a job at an investment firm. I've been offered those when I was younger at BlackRock as a blue chip trader. I said, fuck no, but you can do those types of things. But the whole idea around it is really shit, bro. I also tell people, the first 6 months, you're most likely gonna lose money, even with good bankroll management. I mean, if your bankroll management is perfect, it's just gonna go sideways. You're gonna go down a little bit, but that's how the first 6 months always go. You're not gonna do great on TA or any of that. It takes a few years, bro. That's just how it is. That's just how it works. And anyone else that says some other bullshit, we had some goof in the server, kicked them out. Goof doing like talking about some guy, some course seller from Turkey, of course. That's where all the ballers are, right? It's doing 600% a day, that kind of bullshit. Yeah, you just going back to your question. That's the culture around quick money, and it's just not that. You know, we have people coming into the Discord all the time, especially if they're from TikTok. They're like, "Hello, I'm 17. I got $400. I want to be a multi-millionaire by the time I'm 18." And first off, that's not gonna happen. No fucking way, unless you invent something or do something extraordinary. And you're not gonna do that on the markets unless you're like the luckiest gambler on earth. I mean, happens. But do you even want that? Do you even want that? The only fucking reason it's fun to have money, from my experience, is because you didn't have money before. That's like the fun part. That's like the only it's like the only fun thing about it. Because like how much can you really do with money? So you can buy a nice house, have one. You can buy a car, you can buy a watch, and then what? Go eat at some restaurants or some shit. Buy a good computer. I mean, there isn't that much to it besides not having to. That's a huge thing, though, not having to. The psychological comfort it gives. But that's a topic for another time. The question was regarding the sociology around trading, and it is a gambling environment. It is kind of like playing poker professionally. Almost no one you meet plays poker professionally when you're a professional player. They're just there to bullshit. So that's just the same shit here, bro. Same shit, different lane, bro. We're all on the highway, and there's a different lane. But yeah, that's all I've got for now. Questionnaire, done. And tomorrow on Sunday or on Monday, I think it's gonna gap though. It's summer, so we could do it on Sunday. I'm gonna repaint. I'm still waiting for the verdict on the Rico case as well. That might change how things turn out when it comes to video uploads and that kind of stuff. You know, if I get vaporized into prison, you guys know they asked for 6 years, but it's not that cut and dry because it is an appeals case. There's been signaling from the prosecution that they want to appeal if I get acquitted, and my side as well. And they've tried to get a pre-appeal, and I'm pre-approved for post-conviction bail. So I'll see what the fuck happens. And the verdict can change that, how the whole thing looks. Like I can get convicted of minor things in the post and acquitted of the RICO and that kind of stuff, and that would bring it down a lot. It would change the whole dynamic of it, and then it would definitely become an appeals case because the way they've built the case as a RICO case would no longer be suitable, so they'd have to redo it in an appeals case. But I've held you long enough now, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you most likely on Sunday. And yeah, I got my new hard drive. But yeah, thank you. Bye bye.